Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. Let's get right into it with some space weather. Our solar wind speeds continue to decline to 402.1 kilometers per second with a density of 4.1. You guessed it, no sunspots again. That now makes 26 days in a row without a sunspot, 225 days here in 2019. Let's take a quick look at this coronal hole that is now Earth-facing, turning away from Earth, and we will see some increased solar winds from this particular coronal hole sometime on October 30th through the 31st. If you look towards the eastern limb, you'll see a bright region there that is not a sunspot. Also, to the very southern part of the eastern limb, you'll also see some activity flare up as well. Still not considered sunspots just yet. We are at 26 days in a row without sunspots. We will keep you updated on that situation as well. TCI is unchanged from last night, 5.01. KP indice has dropped to a 1 from a 2 last night. So we are definitely on a seismic activity watch for sure, volcano or earthquake at that matter, for the next 3 days, as we are expecting some solar wind to increase as well. So couple that with the CME that could affect Earth's magnetic field by the 30th as well. We have a little bit of space weather to deal with here in the next couple of days. All right, let's get over to weather.com, even reluctantly as I am. But let's talk about what we're looking at for Halloween. A large storm system will likely affect the eastern U.S. on Halloween. Showers and thunderstorms are expected from the south and Ohio Valley into the northeast. Some snow is possible in the Midwest. Cold conditions are likely from the Rockies to the plains. Halloween will feature more than tricks than treats in the eastern U.S. as a large storm system sweeps eastward. Cold weather could also impact your spooky plans in parts of the Rockies and plains. A low pressure system is expected to develop in the mid-south early on Halloween before moving northeastward towards the Great Lakes into Halloween night, bringing with it some frightful weather for trick-or-treaters. Rain, snow, wind, and cold, folks. Take a look at your map. If you're in the Chicago area, you're going to get a mixed bag of precip and snow. 36 degrees for those little trick-or-treaters. If you live on the East Coast, the Midwest, you're looking at low 60s, high 50s with rain in the forecast. Also, expect the winds to pick up just a little bit. You see where the heaviest rain is, and right now it's in spots. Not everybody's going to get doused here, but Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, most of the South and the Northeast definitely getting some doses of heavy rain for Halloween. So this is what we're thinking so far on the forecast. If you guys live in the Northeast, Midwest, or the Great Lakes, Michigan, definitely going to get some frozen precip with some snow up there in Traverse City and Interlaken. And behind that in Illinois and Minneapolis, you're looking at snow as well. But this is mainly going to be a rainy event, but it's bringing colder air with it behind it. Now, living in the rest of the country, Kansas City, 40 degrees and sunny, 42 and sunny in Denver, 46 and sunny in Boise. So you notice the trend here, sunny, no weather, but definitely cold for Halloween night on October 31st, for high temperatures to only reach the lower 40s. That's pretty cold. And we'll expect that throughout the entire country. Again, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Miami are your hot spots. The rest of the United States, Brownsville, 51 degrees. 51 for a daytime high in Dallas as well. So definitely some interesting weather happening here on the East Coast. Other than that, it's all quiet. And let's take a look at the current radar as we speak. Showers across the south, Georgia and South Carolina, North Carolina. More snow falling up north in Wisconsin into Michigan right now as we speak. Some light snow showers tapering off in Colorado, parts of Wyoming, Idaho, and Utah as well. Take a look at tonight's low temperatures. Still cold in the northwest like we've been talking about all week. Teens and 20s for lows. Meanwhile, the northeast in the 30s and 40s. In the middle section of our country, I should say the Tennessee Valley in the south, that's definitely the comfort zone right now as we're seeing lows in the 50s and 60s overnight. But the majority of the country is starting to see that sharp cooling, yes, in October. There's our daytime highs. Not much difference here for the folks who live in the Northwest. Highs in the teens and 20s. Once again, for the majority part, we're seeing 30s and 40s across most of the Midwest, most of the Northern Plains, most of the Central Plains. Again, any kind of comfortable heat is going to be in the South, the Tennessee Valley, Florida, Texas. The Northeast is absolutely going to have a gorgeous day today for a change. We've been dealing with cloud coverage and rain off and on for the past couple of days. Hopefully the weather cooperates and that sun will burn off some of that fog, but upstate capital region definitely seeing some decent temperatures today. Taking a look at the watch boxes, look at all these freeze warnings, winter weather advisories as well, winter storm warnings as well in northeastern Colorado. More freeze temperatures to happen in Texas. Fire danger still a problem in California and now northeastern parts of Arizona. Other than that, it's pretty darn quiet out there, guys. This is the thinking for today. Spotty showers in the northeast. Some sun could peer through these clouds, but showers and storms across the south and mixed precipitation, a thin line of it from Wisconsin all the way to Texas with heavy snow behind that in Denver. Actually, Denver is expecting, or in that region anyway, they're expecting a winter storm warning today. Taking a look at tomorrow's weather, that snow and frozen precip still in the same areas that we were today from Michigan to Texas this time. Heavy flooding possible in the Tennessee Valley tomorrow, as well as thunderstorms and showers across the east and northeast of the United States. And then on Thursday, trick or treat, like we explained. Well, here's the idea right now for the snow and the rain. Now, if you live, check this out. Halloween night, folks that live in Cincinnati, Dayton, Ohio, you could be dealing with a mixed bag of precipitation during your Beggars Night events. Very heavy rain, flooding possible moving up through the northeast. So Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, the capital region, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, the western part of Massachusetts. There is a very localized, and Maine, of course, there's a very localized area of heavy rain and heavy flooding possible on Thursday, and I'll show you why when we look at this system here real quick. There's your Halloween storm taking shape right there in the middle of your screen. You got snow on the back side of this, frozen precip on the other side, and then just plain old rain, and this is by Thursday. Now, temperatures not cold enough yet, but as we get closer to sundown, we will see heavier rain move through. And by the time we get to the end of trick or treat, steady rain in the northeast already, but the heavier stuff will come in overnight into early morning hours of November 1st. And then behind this storm system, Chicago, you're going to get pounded with some snow here. As soon as it gets cold enough, that rain changes over. Heavy snow is possible for parts of southeastern Wisconsin as well, plus northwestern Michigan as this system moves out. Very heavy snow on the Canada side of this storm. And that is going to bring us more cold air into the same spots that we're already seeing. But we're starting to see that shift a little bit. Notice this dip in the jet stream right here, guys. We've been seeing it over here in the Northwest where everything has been cold to this point. But now we're starting to see this downward slope here from the Northwest. And that's where a lot of the snow systems are going to shoot right down this front right here, guys, over the next several weeks, actually. This is more like a winter-like setup, too. But as we move into the weekend, snow showers, lake effect possible across the New York region, western New York, Erie, PA, Buffalo, New York, South Towns. Also, the Finger Lakes could be getting in on that action as well. But this is a light lake effect snow event. But here's that classic setup, the moisture setting up here at the top and then coming down across the United States as we move in through Monday of next week. And pretty quiet until we get to around Tuesday, where Montana and some of the northern Great Lakes will start to see some snow showers develop. This little clipper system moving across the northern plains, wave after wave after wave of snow in the northern plains from November 1st through November 7th. So you got about 2 or 3 rounds, and then a real nasty storm starts to get a little bit more organized. Check this out, guys. November 8th. Right now, the GFS is indicating that we could see a monster winter storm. And I say monster because on one side of this, you've got heavy rain and then a dark purple line separating the snow and the rain. So that means freezing ice and freezing rain in between those areas. And then you've got heavy snowfall for parts of central Kansas and northwest Kansas. Our friend Matt out in McCook, Nebraska, watch out for the heavy snow, my friend. Looks like at least a 3 to 5 snowfall event for this point. And as this thing continues to move east, boy, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, you're next. And some very, very heavy rain. And look at the isobars on this too, guys. The closer these are together, the more wind that we're going to see. So this could be a potentially really nasty early winter storm here in November, by the way. But the GFS is indicating some massive amounts of rain to fall in a large, widespread area. So this is something that we usually don't see in a storm, where it's going to have that much precipitation dropping in a particular area. The storm will slide through on Saturday next week. Ohio, you're going to feel it. Colder temperatures. This thing's racing through quickly. So on the backside of it, you might get some snow flurries. And then it moves into the Northeast next weekend as rain, but when it's done, we'll see some lake effect snows. Once again, those colder air coming over the Lake Erie and other Lake Ontario as well, causing some light snow. And then we get a couple days to kind of hit the reset, and boy, look at this nasty low pressure system coming in on the West Coast. All that cold air in the Northwest is already setting up for some massive heavy snowfall in Oregon and Washington. Also, we're looking at Montana and Idaho to get in on this action as well. But man, for this time of year, for November to have this kind of snow across the northern plains is something else. So let's be thankful that it's not dipping any further. But you guys up there in Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, already getting sick of the white stuff, and we're not even at the midway point of November. But until then, lots of rain. And the cold is definitely threatened. Now, by the 14th of November, GFS is finally indicating some more widespread snow showers across Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and even in the New York, and I'm sure Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine will also get in on this action. But guys, lots to talk about in the coming weeks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather for our friends across the seas here in the UK. Ireland and Germany and Poland and Denmark, our friend Henrik over there. And last night we were showing this. Lots of moisture to start hitting the UK and Ireland here, starting on the 1st of November. They don't waste any time. Looks like France also, Paris, France, lots of showers and storms moving through there. And then Ireland gets hit with another low pressure system. Again, more rain to France. We're going to have showers across northern parts of Italy, Austria, Germany also getting in on the action with this as well. And just wave after wave here, guys. Hate to repeat anybody who has said that before, but that just happened. So also want to talk about Norway and Sweden, looking at some potential snow showers coming in mid-week on the first week of November. There's your snow. The colder air is starting to penetrate Norway and Sweden, and snow will become a frequent thing in Norway starting on the 8th of November. Meanwhile, Ireland and the UK once again getting blitzed with more moisture. Moderate rain showers, nothing monsoonal or anything like that, but very wet pattern coming up for the UK, Ireland, France, Germany, Denmark, parts of Spain even. You guys are going to see your share of moisture. And then if you go down here to Croatia, you'll start to see some snow in Serbia. Also can't rule out some snowflakes in Austria as well. So winter-like weather is appearing in just about every corner of the northern hemisphere as we speak right now, a little bit earlier than we are used to. So, and temperatures also similar to what we're experiencing here in the United States across Europe. We're probably going to see 40s and 50s as far as Fahrenheit, and can't roll out those areas that could see freezing temperatures. I know Norway and Sweden already cold up there. You're looking at 50s across most of Europe right now. France, Germany, Spain as well. Parts of Spain still kind of warm if you go to the southwestern part of Spain. But look at that, cold starting to spread across Croatia, Austria, Hungary, Serbia, and you can't rule out snowflakes as far as Germany as well. But the rest of Europe, this is about where we should be this time of year. So we had some warm weather to start off last week things are starting to cool down and get right back to where they need to be for the season. All right, that's going to do it for me today on our Grand Solar Minimum News Update. We hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. We'll be back live tomorrow morning for another update, and then our nightly show Wednesday, 9 p.m. on the Grand Solar Minimum News channel. All right, guys, we will talk to you later. Have a great day.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.